but I will want to say today I'm really, I would say excited, because I need to say the best project I ever had was when I included project partners from the countries which are normally not part of the key action projects. That was from USA, from Bosnia, from Georgia. I still don't know exactly why is that, but probably because those partners won't really do their best to be included in that project. Normally they cannot be included, and if they want to be part of the project, they really have good ideas, good strategy to be part of the project, and I really didn't have any problem with that. I had much more problem with the European partners. So when I started to work with the partners from the program countries, it was generally much easier project to me. So this is one of the example of the final conference in Bosnia we had 2 years ago. So generally we can do whatever we want to do in the key action project if we want to know how to describe and how to do this. Oh, I see Diana is also here. You can see yourself of the picture. And also Muammar is here. Muammar is also in the picture for the final conference here. This is one of the best projects we had. Actually, this was first project we made in Bosnia, and that was really breakthrough in that, especially in my thinking, because before that I was really reluctant, just because I was taught with a lot of my colleagues from that world that these are very dangerous projects. Why dangerous? Because it is higher chance not to be approved if you're not convinced the evaluator that the project from the partners country is needed. So I will give you few my initial thoughts about that, and then we will go over that and try to figure it out. So starting point that you are from the partner countries list, or you are from the EU and want to include partners for the country, for the partners country. So this is one of the options when you start, and I'll explain later. So participation in the different countries could be like this. One is the program countries, those are all EU countries, and all listed here non-EU countries. This is North Macedonia, Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway, Serbia, Turkey, and until the end of this year, United Kingdom can be part of normal partnership co-action too. So if you want to apply this October maybe for another key action 205 project, you can still involve United Kingdom partner as a part of the normal program partnership. But later you need to include them the same way as a partner country. So you can look up this on the European Union website, who was the partner countries, but generally we can say all countries. There is no general discrimination between partners countries and the program countries. I mean, between the countries, those we set in the region 1, 2, 3, 4. This is just the how much kilometers are from the European Union to other countries. But generally, all of them could be partner in your projects. So, what frightened most of my colleagues when they want to develop their own project? Because there are conditions for inclusion for the partners countries are, they need to bring essential added value. If not, the project will not be considered for selection. That means at the beginning you cannot, you will work all the project, and if you will not be able to really convince the evaluator that the project partner from the partner's country is needed, the project will be dropped. So you will do all those work and would be in vain if you cannot say why this partner should be partner of the project. So how can we then include them? The one and the only option is that project partner must be the most important part of the project. So what does that mean? That means that you need to put the complete project upon experience on that partner in his previous professional life. So we need to build something on the partner experience from, from past. You cannot say just, okay, we want to include them because we like them, because we want to travel to different parts of the world where we've never been. This is not allowed, but in any case, this is the only way. So we need to build the partnership if the partner is most important part of the project. So basics. How the European projects are financed. So either you are part of the European Union or not. If you want to be part of the Erasmus Plus project, you need to contribute money into EU budget. So all those countries already participated with the money for the budget, and then when you apply for that project, you get money out of your money. So so you are not making European project on someone else's money. You are making project out of your money. So this is the initial point. And if you try to think that way, you will see that participation of the partners country reason is that EU will have some benefit from that partner. This is no other option. Why someone else would be partner in your project? So if they are not participating in the budget, we need to have the benefit from his experience from the past. This is the initial point, and we need to think that way when we want to involve them into the project partner. So why to include partners? If the partners show good practices never seen in the European Union. So sometimes, or generally, all of our partners seeing themselves as an experienced partner. Normally they said, we don't have any good practices. But when I start to talk with them, normally we find something very interesting for the European Union, and then we start to build some project on it. And I will explain later how to do it. So maybe they have new or different approaches to tackle some problems, or have longer experience in issues than just coming, coming into EU. For example, this was the issue with the xenophobia and the refugees. All other countries, southern to Europe, already have problem with the refugees and have already experienced how to tackle the issue. So that was very important for the European Union as well. Or they have some kind of knowledge which European Union lacks it. So this is all reasons why to include partners from the partners countries. So examples of the project I already did. This is, as I already showed the pictures before, cooperation between schools and parents. It was Parents Corner, and the Bosnian partner, his previous example, how to include parents into education system. So Bosnian partner show how they are dealing with the inclusion of the parents into the education system, and we generally build the complete project on this. We definitely enlarge them later. And then we develop manual with examples of the good practice from the whole Europe. And we developed the manual how to implement this in the school. But general idea was on the first initial thought of the Bosnian partner, how to include parents into education system. This school have a little tiny space in the school called Parents Corner, where parents meet there and they have cooperation with the teachers in the school there. So that was a very good example. Later, we just develop another kids, train other kids about mindfulness, which is very unique. So how the kid who is only 8 or 10 years old can train other kids about mindfulness, or how to be resilient to the bullying or other, violent threats. So USA partner already developed online training system for the kids and for their parents, and we use that training system and transfer this innovation into Europe, to the Europe, and then we translate it in different languages, and we will also develop the same training system, but we need to adopt their trainings for the European values, for the European languages, for the European culture. So whatever you will think about the project from other countries, let's say, we also already always need to adopt it to the local culture and local values. So European values here is very important. Another one is comics against xenophobia. Again, Bosnian partners, in the previous example, they show how to use comics in the classroom and how they can use them for the better and easy teaching. And we developed manual of using comics as a teaching tool. And this is very good example how to use arts in different way in the classroom, the easy way, and also develop good practice of prevention of xenophobia using arts. So you can do practically whatever project you want to do. You just need to show that the PC partner have previous examples of good practice in the area you want to develop something. Trial and errors. Of course, we didn't do everything on the first attempt. So what is one of the lessons learned, one negative evaluation we have, and we can learn a lot of it. So I already base all later project based on that evaluation. And this is, the problem was the Bosnian partner was not the leader of any planned results. So we need to take care that every time the parents, the PC partner should be one of the leader of one planned result. It's also very good if they host one organization or one training. So if they say that we are very good in that, they should organize training in their country to really teach some on the LTT or whatever teachers or who will come there. Also, they need to bring significant added value to their partnership. So you need to describe their role in the project in a way that everybody will see that part of the project is delegated to them. And also they need to have unique experience and potential. So that means previous example of good practice to be one of the important role in the project. So just those few sentences show practically everything you need to know about how to involve parents, partners, country partners in your project. So, as I said, first, you need to really present unique experience in the past for that, for that partner. So that does not mean that this unique experience cannot be found in the Europe. You just need to point that they have this unique experience, and that experience you will use. PC partner should also be a host for the LTT to show previous experience. For example, a teacher will go to that country and learn how they are doing this in that field. They are a really good expert. So this is second prerequisite. The third one is that PC partner should lead development of at least one intellectual output. If we say in one of our projects that the comics was already built in the past from their previous experience, you really need to show that with the idea that they will lead one development. If not, why they should be in the project. So you need to have some kind of explanation why we need that. And the fourth, maybe even the most important, they should be presented in a way that shows that they will bring significant value to the project. If not, the evaluators will always say you can use someone else to do that. And this second choice is always preferable for the European Union. So what is financed in a project with a PC partner? So they can, or you, all of them, you can finance intellectual outputs, you can finance all the meetings, including meeting in the partner's country. So there is no problem going to another country for all the partners to learn. They can also go to your country without any problems. Good is if the LTT is in the partner countries. LTT is learning, teaching, training event, when, you know, some kind of trainers or teachers or participators are part in that training in that country. But what you cannot finance, mobility of learners. You cannot go, for example, kids from Bosnia cannot go to Germany to some kind of education. I really don't know why is that, because in the guide is still written that mobility of learners is approved, but when you want to add this in the electronic form, this is not allowed. So I'm still a little curious what is going on about that, because this is different information online. But in any case, on the last project, we couldn't finance any mobility of the learners in another country or from the PC from partner's country. Now also multiplication events are not allowed in partners countries. So that we have final conference in the Bosnia was one event, probably never will happen again. Explanation later was that if we are importing good practice, for example, from USA to the Europe, we don't need any conference or presentations in the United States. We need the presentations and final conference in the Europe. This makes sense. So you can use the LTT, so you can go with your teachers in the USA, learn something, and then you need to go back and have the implementation, presentation, and multiplication events in the Europe. So what is the way how to describe PC partners? At the beginning, we said just, you know, we have a partner from the project countries, partners countries, and we just try to sneak them in, not to pay attention of the evaluators, and that was bad approach. So in the later projects which went very well, I present them first in the partnership description, and this needs to tell why they are in the project, what benefit they are bringing to the project, what unique role they are playing, and what they will develop in the project. So And I need to say, when we develop just, you know, one little passage, 6 lines, we work on that maybe a week or so in different attempts to prepare a very short but very convincing text, what is very good for the project. So this is one example of the description.
Zašto?
Da me voziš za osobno.
Ništa mi nisi rekao.
Pa, zato što se ne digla.
So we just need to have these 6 lines of text to include PC partner into the project. So this is practically everything you need to know. If you will know how to write these 6 lines, you are good. So you need to say the partner will be leader of the development of one intellectual output because they are experienced in that work, because they have the crucial role in the project, and they have evidence how they did in the past. And these 6 lines we always use, and that are winning 6 lines for every project partner. So of course, yes, you need to have very good idea. You need to have, you know, the complete project structured very well. But this is essential 6 lines if you want to create a project with the partners from partners country. So in my past, I also have a lot of discussion how to present a partner, but this proved to be the easiest way and the most effective way. So how to start a project with the program country partners? My suggestion is that we have just one PC partner per key action 2 project. Why is that important? Because if not, you need to explain for everyone why he needs to be there, and this is much more difficult than just one project. The second, this PC partner should have an initial idea. So, of course, there are options then when you see something very good in, for example, I don't know, in partner country in Africa, but they needs to be really up to and keen to develop the project with you. If not, you will not pull that off, because you need to work together. So common initial work of EU applicant and the PC partner is very important. Say they need to try to figure it out, what is the best way to present the previous experience of the partner, how to develop this initial idea, and how to present it in a way that this needs to be in the Europe and that knowledge Europe needs. So this is, in the beginning, very difficult to do, but later you will figure it out that this is very important stuff. Sometimes when I start to work on that project with different project partners from PC partner, we are developing maybe 1 or 2 different coaching just on that topic. How you will present your previous experience, how we will work on your example of good practice. And what I really suggest that applicant needs to encourage them, especially to find best practice for their professional activities. I heard again and again and again, we don't have anything to show to Europe. We want everything from Europe here, but we cannot give something to Europe. And this is wrong approach. And if you will really have just that thinking, you will never have the project in the Europe. So first and most important thing is what I have as a PC partner to offer to Europe. So with Key Action 2, we are not solving the problem in the PC partners countries. We are inviting them to show us how they are doing better than we know. So if you want to solve any other problem in these countries, you either need to go to another call, which is maybe just dedicated for that, different action like a key action 3 or something special like wet mobilities for the wet Balkan. This is most topical way, and there has their own rules. Here you will just get the PC partner and import some very good idea into Europe and work with them. So sometimes you need to work with a partner to figure it out what is the best in that country to present, and then of course we can have a very good project together. So initial idea is not to solve the problem in the PC partner country. Idea is to involve them, to show them what they are doing better than we are doing. And when you know and understand this, you can work on any idea in any project for the key action to what is valid for key action. So there is no other special advice than what I just gave to you. Think together about very good project to work together. Let them teach us something, and you need to provide very good evidence why there needs to be in your project in a way of that 6 lines I already showed you. So in general, this is not very difficult. And I need to say that was one of the best projects ever to start working in the partners, and that I will also encourage you to start to do it. So I will have in my future also coaching for just the PC partners, how to develop and find the idea to be funded in Europe. So I really encourage you to follow further to see when this will be available so we can work that together. So it is about 30 minutes. What I will also show now is some of the questions I got here in the, for making capacity building project, I need to say you cannot do capacity building that way, which is normally for the key action 2. You need to change and have different. So key action 2 is not have special rules. This is not capacity building. If you have just friends and relatives in both countries, as I said before, just try to find ideas. What can Europe learn from that? Because organizations already have the collaboration, that will be much easier for you, because if you're already doing that collaboration, you know what they are doing and what they are doing best. So this is the way how to include them. If you're living in that country, yes, then try to figure it out. Try to find a partner. Don't just try to do it yourself. So you can be one of the partners in the Europe and then try to find somebody in the current country and work together. Yeah, it is important step. It was important step for me as well, because this is not just 28 countries, then is practically the whole world. You can work with the whole world. I already have one idea to be developed with the Singapore. So, you know, there is no problem why not to work in the key action 2 in the Asia, in the United States, Australia, whatever. So if they are strategic partners, again, you know how to do it. They have untapped potential for the project. Yes, they have. Sometimes we think that, for example, US have much more facility for the people than Europe, but I need to tell, I've been living in US for a few years, and I know that if you are used to be living in Europe, this is much better, because what we've been giving with Erasmus Plus project here in Europe is something not seen in the United States. So let's try to use that opportunity to work, to be better as a person, as a professional. This is very important, at least for me, it's very important. And I see that we will also have our project in the future in 11 o'clock morning Central European time, because this is what always proved to be the best time for all of you. So if somebody still have any questions, please say now. If not, we will stop the project. I mean the webinar. Any special questions? Reja, you always have questions. You if not, okay. I hope you get something out of these presentations. If you still want to ask me something, just let me know using Facebook or email or whatever. Let's see some.
I would like to say, Igor, something, please.
Yeah.
I am one of examples that anything is possible with Igor. When we start our first project, everyone told us it is impossible that Bosnia can be partner with full partnership in one EU project. But we succeed, and we already had 2 projects behind us. And thanks to Igor's coaching and helping all the time, it is everything possible. Thank you, Igor, for that. And I am this morning just to say this.
Okay, thank you very much. Looking forward, Muammar, for the next projects.
Me too.
So if that's it for today, if you have any idea what I need to talk next week or on the next my webinars, you can maybe drop here in the chat area, or just send me email what they want to hear from me. So this is end for the today webinar, and thank you for being here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Very much.